We did ask to speak to the Scottish Secretary David Mundell again this morning, but he wasn't available, and neither were any of the Scottish Conservative MPs whom we contacted. We're joined now by Labour's Shadow Minister for Scotland and MP for Glasgow North East, Paul Sweeney. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What do you make of these figures from the UK Treasury?
Well, I think they validate what everyone's really anticipated would be the impacts of the various options on Brexit, and which is why our party's position has been consistent about maintaining the benefits of single market and customs union participation, and that is what we are still trying to achieve by our campaigns through parliamentary processes and other means through this process. It's clear that the Tories are clearly adrift on this issue. They're now not even willing to come in here and defend their position on this issue.
So, just to be clear, just outline for me the Labour Party's position on this, because recently in a poll of voters, only 26% said that Labour's Brexit position they thought was clear.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think my colleague Leslie Laird, who previously been on their programme, mentioned this, that it's inevitable that the UK as a member state of the European Union will have to withdraw from the single market and customs union as a first step. The question is then, what structures do we negotiate our access to? Is it going to be a new bespoke relationship, or is it going to be through other structures such as the EFTA, the European Free Trade Association, European Economic Area?
So where does the Labour Party stand then on those options? What do you want to see?
Well, it's not necessarily up for, there's all sorts of options around that, because, for example, EFTA, that's not necessarily given because it would disrupt the scale of that institution. So it might well be the case that it's a whole new third-party organisation. That's what the process of negotiation is. Our objectives are driven by what we want to achieve.
What is your ultimate aim? I mean, obviously there are a lot of unknowns in the negotiating process. But what is Labour's? What is your aim here?
The aim here is to maintain maximum benefits of the single market and customs union by maintaining.
So remaining in the single market and customs union.
Well, a single market and customs union, there's no such thing as that. It's not a single membership organisation. The membership organisation is the European Union. But what we can do is maintain benefits of participation within the single market that exists. So what we have to do is maintain that via a negotiated outcome, which could be a number of options. We can't actually preempt that because the negotiations are still ongoing. What we're saying is we want to get as close to that situation that we have at present. But the massive disappointing outcome of the Brexit vote really has been the democratic deficit that will occur because we'll no longer be a full member state.
The negotiations will take place with the EU, and you can't ignore the EU's position on this. The EU has said that without membership, you can't have the benefits of the single market and the customs union.
That's not what they've said at all.
Is that not pretty clear?
No, they've not said that at all. What they've said is you can't have the full benefit. If you're a member state, you're not going to be able to participate in the driving of that agenda through the membership of the European Union. That's one of the great tragedies, actually, of the Brexit vote, because we're going to lose that influence within the institutions. What we're saying is we need to continue to participate in some capacity through the institutions, which could be through a new third-party arrangement, i.e. on the spectrum of what Norway is doing, but it's got to be something that's tailored to the UK's interest, not simply shoehorning ourselves into something that Norway negotiated. So that's what we're looking at. We're saying that we need to drive towards something that fits the UK's national interests. And that's what the Labour position is about.
Labour Party, OK. So overall then, in favour of the single market and customs union or not? Is that the driving force for Labour?
Well, our position is to maintain those benefits. The single market and customs union as a sort of institution is not something that's a sort of homogenous or monolithic organisation. It has different varying degrees of access. Different countries have different arrangements around it. What we are saying is it's not possible to maintain the current relationship, which the SNP have been clinging to. It's not a realistic option. We're going to have to withdraw from that current arrangement. The question is then, what new structure do we enter into?
Exactly, that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, so it's going to. We're saying it's going to most likely or most desirably be some sort of new negotiated arrangement which maintains maximum benefits. The unfortunate outcome of the Brexit vote is going to be that we're not a full member state. So it's a question of that, or is it going to be an existing structural arrangement such as EFTA? But that is basically the two options on the table.
OK, thank you very much for joining us this morning. That's Labour Shadow Minister for Scotland, MP for Glasgow North East, Paul Sweeney.